Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Ujia Bankole. So in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the 42 books that I've read so far this year from worst to best, and I'm going to be explaining why I am ranking them in the ranks that they're in. So grab your drink of choice or your snack because we're going to be here for a while. My drink of choice is a hazelnut coffee, iced coffee, and I'm totally obsessed with it. Okay, so I have my list on my notes. I am going to link the website that I use to rank my books in my description below, so if you guys want to try it out. Okay, so with that being said, for my worst ranking book, which comes in at number 42, the book that got this ranking is going to be Sanctuary Shadow. I rated this book a 2-star, and that is the lowest ranking I ever give a book. So the way my ranking stats goes is I don't rank lower than 2 stars. So Sally got that, and it's so funny because when I started reading this book, I was so excited to read it, and I just got so disappointed because the plot was just so everywhere. Like, I just felt like we didn't have a narrow plot that we were following. I got lost majority of the time reading this book, and because I'm so stubborn, and once I start a book and I'm already halfway done, I'm not going to DNF it because I'm just like, I might as well finish it. So I pushed through it, but I hated every second of it. I'm telling you right now, did not enjoy every second of reading this book. I do not recommend it, but if you want to see what I'm talking about, maybe you're gonna like it. Just because I didn't like it does not mean you might not like it, but me personally, I would not recommend this to you. So yeah, my second lowest ranking, so my second worst book that I've read this year, coming in at number 41 is going to be The Coworker by Frida McFadden. I actually don't remember what I rated this one. I think I actually also rated this one a 2 or 3 star, one of those, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2-star. I also did not enjoy The Coworker, and it's funny because I actually really love Frida McFadden as an author. I do think she does an amazing job when she writes thrillers, but this one particularly just was not my vibes. I just was not here for it. I wasn't loving it, and yeah, that is why she is number 41. Do I recommend it? Maybe, because I have seen some people who enjoyed it, but me personally, it was a mess. It was a mess, a huge mess, and I'm sorry to say it, but I'm gonna say it how it is. I personally thought it was a mess. It was just very much all over the place. The ending just was like a slap in the face because we built up all this to get to the ending just for it to be like what. So yeah, that is why she is ranked 41. My next lowest ranked book I actually read on Kindle Unlimited. Coming in at number 40 is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I do not remember this book. I dreaded this book and just was not vibing with it, and I will not be continuing the series just because this book was just not my vibes. I was not vibing with it. But if you guys want to read her, do read her. Me personally, I wish I could go back in time and stop myself from reading her. Yeah. Okay, my next lowest ranked book, coming in at number 39, is Unravel the Dusk by Elizabeth Lim. This one was actually really sad because I was so excited to read her and just was not my vibes. I think I rated her a 3-star also. The first book was one of my favorite books, or is one of my favorite books, so I was really excited for this one, and I was very much disappointed. Was not vibing with that, because why would you disappoint me? Like, hello? My next lowest ranked book, why did I take a breather in between? Coming in at number 38 is A Faded Inked in Blood. I'm just gonna tell you right now, no. No, it's actually a series. I am going to pick up the second book just in case if we're gonna do a little better, but the first book was not it. I just was not vibing with her. Like, they was just all over the place, and I feel like I've been saying this for the past 4 books that I've, you know, ranked, but it's true. Like, there wouldn't be the lowest ranked book if I didn't feel like they were all over the place. This one was just really a slap in the face also, and I was just so disappointed, and I just, you know what. So coming in at number 37, I actually don't have the physical copy of this one because I read it on Kindle Unlimited, and the book is If I Have to Be Hunted by Miranda Sun. I actually enjoyed this one, if I'm being honest, but it's not like my fave, and it's not a book that I honestly remembered because I really read it in the beginning of the year. I do think, like, I remember it, but not like I'm obsessed with it, you know what I mean. I would recommend it. Like, I really think you should read it. I think it's fun. Okay, coming in at number 36 is The Worm in the Holly Library by K.L. Lindy. I actually just read this one, and honestly, this was a dystopian, and this was like my first dystopian in a while. Like, the other dystopian I've read was Shatter Me, and that was like years ago. Probably 2 years from now. So this threw me off guard. I read it in a recent reading vlog, but I thought it was a fantasy, but it was not. I was wrong. I was excited still, but I wasn't vibing with it, low-key. It was okay, it had potential, but I just felt like we could have done better. Okay, coming in at number 35, we have The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I could be saying that wrong. This one I was so excited for because I've seen such good things about it. You know, everyone's like, oh my god, it's such an amazing, you know, romance novel. It was okay, but I would just say it is overhyped, in my opinion. Don't come at me now. I said in my what opinion, okay? You could love it, but me personally, I just didn't see the hype. Like, yeah, it's cute, it just was not rah 5-star, no, but it was fun. You know, the concept of like time traveling and then finding each other, like, you know what I mean? Like, that was fun. Coming in at number 34, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This is a folktale, and I wanted to give this a benefit of the doubt because a lot of people who have read it, they didn't really like it. So I was like, maybe I'll like it. It was okay. That's all I'm gonna say. It was okay. I just yeah, like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't have any words for it. Not like, oh my god, I'm speechless. No, it's just like I just don't have any words for it because, like, it kind of was not like, I don't know. Coming in at number 33, The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell. This is actually my least favorite Lisa Jewell novel, and y'all know me. If you're new to my channel, Lisa Jewell is my favorite thriller author. So I was a little disappointed by this one because it didn't feel like Lisa Jewell to me. Like, I felt like there was something missing, but I enjoyed it. It was okay, but it just did not. If I have to rank her other books that I've read from her, this is the lowest ranked from all the other books I've read from Lisa Jewell, and she is my favorite author, like thriller author. So this was kind of disappointing because I was so excited, and I was just like, oh, okay, you're mid. She was mid, so, you know, it's okay, things happen. Coffee break. I don't know, I just love coffee. You know, some might say I'm addicted. Maybe I am, but you know what, it makes me happy. Okay, cheers to that. Moving on, coming in at number 32, we have another Lisa Jewell novel. We have None of This Is True by her. I actually enjoyed this one. I think this one was really fun. It had me on my toes, actually. I mean, it's not like one of my favorite books of all times. I think that's why it's in the 30s. At least it's not in the 40s, you know what I mean? But I did enjoy this one. I think it was fun. The ending I did not agree with, though. Like, we could have done, am I the only one that feel this way? I feel like every time you're reading a good thriller and like, you know, we have this build up, we have the suspense, and then things are so good, and then we get to the end and it's like kind of like they got tired and they just wrote whatever. I'd be so mad. I get so mad. I'm like, why? How did we do all this and this and that and this and third, and then the ending is just, oh yeah, she got away with it, she killed what I'm saying does not have to do with none of this is true. I'm just like giving you guys an example. Like, you're telling me she killed everybody but then found a way to get away with it. How does that work? But for me, I just felt like no. 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 So yeah, number 31 we have When I'm Dead by Hannah Morisi. I actually enjoyed this one. This one was a fun little, you know, mystery slash, I wouldn't call it a thriller, but I would say it's more like a little bit of a thriller, but it's more like mystery. Like, we're trying to find out what happened to the girls in this book. But I think, oh god, I just thought it was so much fun. Obviously not fun for the stuff that's happening in there, like, you know, but reading it and trying to figure out who the culprit was and who was the bad guy in my terms was really fun, because it ends up being someone you just wouldn't think about, someone you didn't even really read about in the beginning. Like, it wasn't really like the person was not introduced in the beginning until we get to the end, and then they're like, oh yeah, I was here this whole entire time, and you're like, what the did you come from? Yeah, that was me. When I got to the ending, I was like, but this was actually the one book that I actually was so satisfied for the ending, because I think the ending did do it a justice. If it didn't end the way it ended, I would have been mad. At number 30, Funny Story by Emily Henry. This one is number 30 because A, it disappointed the shit out of me. We started off good. Things were so good. And then we get introduced to the characters. No chemistry whatsoever. The male character had no connection of him. Maybe if he had his POV, maybe things would have been better. But yeah, so like, I didn't feel connected to the male character, and honestly, I just wanted someone better for Daphne. Don't come for me, that's just my opinion. 29 have These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I don't remember. You would think the fact that it's in the 20s, I would like, no, I think this book, because I majority listened to it, because it's really thick, and also the writing, just like the text was not it, and I just did not want to pick up the book majority of the time, so I listened to the audiobook. Don't come for me. I know it's giving lazy. Okay, coming in at number 28, These Woven Kingdoms by Tara Moffett. I think this one was fairly good. It's not like my number one or like, you know, my favorite, but it was okay. It was like a fun little fantasy. Like, it was different from the other fantasies that I've read, which I really enjoyed. I felt like it was like a different concept. And at number 27 we have Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. I'm not really like, I wouldn't say the Daisy Hates like trilogy is my, I'm saying trilogy because I think the third book should be coming out soon, I'm hoping. It's not my favorite in the, you know, Magnolia Parks universe. You know, I'm more of a Magnolia Parks girly. You shall see soon. But I would say I do fairly enjoy the Daisy Hates, you know, universe, because we get to see, you know, the different point of view of Daisy, especially when, you know, it connects with the Magnolia Parks trilogy. But me personally, I don't know. And also, I don't like Julian. I don't see, oh my god, I feel like y'all about to come for me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Bookies, but Julian just reminds me, I mean, half the boys in the whole damn series just reminds me of, you know, grown men acting like a child. Like, grow up. I'm talking about all of them. Even BJ, even Christian, all of them. At number 26, 1,000 Heartbeat by Kara Cass. I thought this was a fun little fantasy to read. It felt like more like the castle princessy, you know, type of fantasy, which was fun. So that's, you know, why I think it's in the 20s, you know, the 20s rank, but I do highly recommend it. I think it's fun. It is 500 pages though, but if you could get the audiobook from your library on Libby, do that, because that's what I did, and that's what helped me get through this 500-page book. Okay, coming in at number 25, we have No One Can Know by Kate Elise Marshall. This was actually another one of my favorite thrillers because I just thought it was so fun and so different, and the twists and the turns that we did was amazing. Also, we had the present time, you know, POV, and then the past time POV, and that was really fun. I really like that she did that. And then we also get like the sister love and all that jazz, and I really love that. But the ending also disappointed me. At 24, we have I Fed Her to the Beast and the Beast Is Me by Jemisin Shea. When you read the title, you think, oh, it's, you know, something different, but then you start the book and you're like, I ain't see that coming. Like, what? Yeah, that was me, but it was fun. It was a fun read. At 23, we have Happy Place by Henley Henry. I wanted to rate this book a 5 stars so bad because everybody else was like rating it 5 star, and this is like everybody else's book. But me personally, maybe because of my mentality and the way I think, I would have told my friends we in together. Events that happened really made me mad and really pissed me off about the book, because I'm like, this would not be happening in the real life. But then I guess that's why it's a novel. I feel like I'm just contradicting myself, but like I'm saying, like, I just would not, I wasn't vibing with it. Like, I just felt like she deserved better. I get it, they came back to one another, but still, no, we ain't doing all that. I do recommend it. It just wasn't 5 star for me. Coming in at 22, First Light Wins by Ashley Elliston. I'm actually surprised this is 22 because I just felt like this one was mid. It was mid. It was like, I guess it was okay. It's okay. And at 21, I have Powerless by Elsie Silver. I thought this one was a fun read, especially in the Chestnut Spring series. I really loved this one because it shed light to anxiety and just like mental health, and so I really did enjoy it. But do I think the couples are my fave? No, the couples are not my fave. I just don't see their chemistry. But that's just me though. Coming in at number 20, we have Flawless by Elsie Silver. I loved Summer, but didn't love Riot or whatever his name is. Wasn't a fan of him. Coming in at number 19, we have 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. When I tell you, Miss Holly Jackson can do no wrong. Oh, every time she writes, she be cooking. She be cooking like rent is due. I love me some Holly Jackson's book, because when I tell you, it's kind of like a drug, because once you start, you don't want to finish. You don't want to put it down. Like, oh, she just does it every time. Okay, coming in at number 18, we're getting to the tops. We have Wayward by Emily Hart. I just love this book. I don't know how to explain it. Like, the events that took place in the book was very much heartening, but for some reason I had a weird comfort reading this book, because it just reminded me of how amazing women are and how the connection between women is literally freaking amazing, literally just like breathtaking, because you know, it's refreshing. So it was fun to read. I highly do recommend it. Number 17, we have The Blackwoods by Brandy Colbert. This was also another historical fiction type of vibe novel. We also had like present and past. But I really like this one because it just like puts a lot of things in perspective. And so it's really fun. I enjoyed it. I think I learned a lot too from this book, because it put a lot of things in perspective, and like how women are being mistreated, and just not just women, just like women of color. Like, and at number 16, we have Folks Club by Adeline Grace. This is the second book to the Belladonna trilogy. The third book comes out soon and I'm so excited. But I actually have fun with this one. I do think I like the first one better than this one. most definitely, but I think this one was fun, and I do feel like this was more like low-key a filler for the third book, which is fine by me. Do I recommend it? Yes. At number 15, I have Rootless Vows by Rebecca Ross. This was anticipated read for me this year, but it was also disappointing. Not what I wanted. I felt like we didn't really see more of the main characters. This one was more portrayed like about the gods that were at war in the book, and about the war going on and why the war is happening. And I'm just like, okay, that could have just been like maybe a chapter. Why is it them the whole book? And I did not like that, but you know, the author knows best, you know. But I do recommend it, but make sure you read Divine Rivals. I'm the best one in the duology. At number 14, we have Two Twisted Crows by Rachel Gilgi. This is the second book to One Dark Window, and One Dark Window is actually my most favorite. I do think this one was also fun. Obviously, we're continuing the storyline. We're seeing more of the two main characters, but for me, I just felt like the first one really just had a lot more about the two characters and how they came to be, but this one just followed more of like how the cards came to be and the story behind the cards more, and then like, you know, the two characters finding their way to, you know what I mean. And I really enjoyed it, you know. Coming in at number 13, we have A Tempest of Tea by Afasa Faisal. This was actually a really fun one. This had vampires. The way it was written, it felt like a murder type of fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. The plot twist was actually chef's kiss. I do think Afasa did an amazing job portraying the power of our main character as a woman. Like, she was a bad bitch, like a bad bee, okay, and I loved her for it. Like, she didn't take nothing. Moving on to the higher 12s, and these are like my highest ranked books, and I honestly really have a lot of love for these books, and I feel like these books are just so special to me because they made me feel some type of way, you know. Okay, coming in at number 12, we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Like I said when I was talking about Foxglove, I do believe this one is so much better because we got to see a lot more of the relationship between Sigma, or is that her name? Signa, yeah, Signa and Death, and how, you know, Death was just all about her and how the relationship formed. It went from her hating him because she thought he was ruining her life to her finding out that she's this amazing person with an amazing power that could really help people, and him trying to help her navigate her powers. I just felt like they were a little, like, cute little couple, and I loved it. Number 11, we have Just for the Summer by Javi Jimenez. I thought this was a fun summer read. I had so much fun reading it, but I also felt so sad for the two characters because I felt like they had such big issues going on in their lives that at the beginning they couldn't see how each other like felt for one another, and then towards the end they got it together, you know, and they got help. Well, one of them got help, and I really loved that. Coming in at number 10, we have Twin Crowns by Catherine Dawley and Catherine Weber. I absolutely devoured this fantasy, okay, but I had it fun. Like, it was such a fun read because you're just like, oh my god, what's happening? I just loved it, you know. I loved it so much, and I cannot wait to read the second and third book. Number 9, we have Heartless Hunter by Kristen. I'm not even going to try to butcher her last name. This also had the same vibes as Twin Crowns. You know, witches exist, we hate witches. Our main character is literally living in the plain sight and she's a witch, but I just loved the plot of this book and like the chemistry between our two main characters, and just like the hatred but like the love, like, oh, chef's kiss. I cannot wait for the second book because the ending was crazy. I highly recommend it. At number 8, we have Inheritance by Nora Roberts. When I tell you, this book also has a special spot in my heart. It was so fun, and just like I'm speechless, the good speechless, because like there's just so much about this book that I genuinely love, and just finding out so much about it and like the lore of everything that happened. But it was such a fun read, and I highly recommend it, and I cannot wait for the second book because we were left on a cliffhanger. Okay, number 7, Heartless by Elsie Silver. When I tell you, this book has a special spot in my heart also. Oh my god, I love Kate and Willa. I think they're so perfect for each other. Willa literally had me dying. Kate, me, woo, when I tell you that man is literally about to send him my therapy bill because he was making me feel all certain things that I should not be feeling for a character in a book. This man had me dead. He's funny, but he's just like hot funny. Like, love this book down. I ate it down. I finished it in like 4 hours because I just could not put it down. Number 6. This was the start of my obsession with the Magnolia Parks universe because no words. No words when I tell you amazing. On to number 5. Oh my god, we're at top 5 already. We have Ace of Spades by Frida Abikayemide. I actually just really think this one could be number 6 and then Magnolia could be number 5, but this was actually a really good read. It was kind of like mind-boggling, the concept of this book, but honestly I'm not surprised because the thing that happened in this book actually happens in real life, which is crazy and sad. I did enjoy it. I highly recommend it. At first I thought it was like a fun little like Gossip Girl inspired novel, which kind of gave that vibe, but no baby, this boo was dark and crazy. Okay, before we have Their Vicious Games by Jolene Welletin. I really think this was also a really fun read. It was different. It's not what I was expecting, but it came out just like Ace of Spades. Came out darker and twisted and made you like really look at some people sideways because you're like, are you those type of people? If you know, you know. If you read the book, you know what I mean. Makes you a little scared and not want to be friends with just everybody because you don't know what people having going on, you know what I mean? And it just really opens your mind to the system because some systems just be setting up people. I loved it because I learned a lot and learned not to trust everyone. I mean, I already knew that, but you know what I mean. Number 3, we have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home by Jessa Hastings. Literally loved it. The ending though hit me hard. So good. I feel like Magnolia Parks, the entire universe, is a peculiar taste. Some people would read it and just be like, what the f. But I feel like you just really gotta think about it. Doesn't it feel like a reality TV show that you would watch, or like just a regular Netflix show that you would watch? Because I will watch it. It's a mess, but it's a fun mess because you're like, what is going on in these characters' mind? Yeah. And then we're down to our last 2, our main characters, our last 2 books. Okay, coming in at number 2, we have Legend Born by Tracy Dion. Absolutely devoured this. It is a peculiar taste and I do feel like there is a lot of information dumping, but I felt like it was necessary because a lot of things written in there you wouldn't have like known off the dome, you know what I mean, and you would be confused if we weren't given information. But I really enjoyed it. It was like a strong female character and also representation matters, you know what I mean. And yeah, my all-time favorite books. Love her down. Our main character, okay, number 1. Yeah, my number 1 ranked book, my best ranked book is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. Oh my god, I feel like if you read the book, you know. If you know, you know. Like, it just felt like the perfect closing to Magnolia and BJ's story. And honestly, a lot of the things, like the mental things that happen, I could relate. And I was just like, oh my god. And like the grief, because I've gone through grief and I'm still going through grief, not gone through going through grief, like lost one of the most important people in my life, my grandmother. So I really related to Magnolia in that part. So it was a lot, but I enjoyed the book and I felt satisfied with the ending. Do I recommend it? Hell yeah. Read the whole entire series, but give it a chance. Don't just start and then off the dome just like, ew. No, give it a chance. It might grow on you, you know. But yeah, she has a special spot in my heart. And that is all for my 42 books that I read so far this year, ranked from worst to best I had so much fun filming this video for you guys and talking about my favorite books and my least favorite books. I do recommend all these books, honestly, because give them a chance. Just because I didn't like them does not mean you won't like them, but there are some that I'm just like, maybe don't waste your time. But you know, if you want to, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I hope you guys liked this video. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for always being here and always supporting me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all your love and all your care. And I hope to see you in my next video. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, and bye.